All right, y'all. So the season finale of Chasing Dallas was giving what it was giving. So let's give it what we got.
You be kind, I'm the type of girl you call wifey. Yeah.
What does the cat do?
Meow. I'm so you down, back me and I never leave your side.
So the episode starts off with the Kirk Myers Christmas party that we really didn't see much of. We really just saw Kelly Price singing and then Reese and George having their moment where Reese says he's not going to apologize and doesn't apologize but kind of gives an explanation. But because George wants an apology so badly, he takes whatever Reese says as an apology in his head. So Reese could have basically said, bitch, I went to the store and got me some cigarillos and then got me an MD 2020, and that would have translated as an apology because that's what George wanted. So George really just embodied the personification of hearing what you want to goddamn hear. Which is funny because at the same time, George was like, girl, I heard it all before, child. Call me Sunshine Anderson. Because, I don't know, like, he wanted an apology, but when he got what he thought was his version of an apology, he was just like, girl, all right, I guess I'm going to just take it because it's the best you could do. Now for the Last Supper, which basically was the entire episode. First, we see Reese and Markel setting up and, describing where everybody's going to sit. And Reese throughout the night is asking everybody as they come in, did you see the live? Did you see the live? Did you see the live? So I had a feeling in my bones that he had already known that Kane was not going to show up. Rich is a little pussy because Kane, you that bitch. That bitch don't miss events. No ma'am. Not events that she's supposed to be at. No ma'am. Like, especially if you got all this shit to say about all these people and then when it's your turn to face all these people, you're ghost. That doesn't work. No. And so use the excuse, I'm above all these people. I don't want to be nobody's storyline. And all that's pussy. None of that matters. Because you're not here. And that really sucks because over half of the people that showed up had an issue solely with you. So they had to just voice their side of it and just pass the spoon because they had no resolve because you were not there. So Ariel shows up with her vegetable tray, I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to cook your pot for the potluck? Like, a vegetable. And then okay. All right. You looked amazing in your confessional, Ariel. You looked amazing that night. I love that plunging neckline. I love how Reese got that. But mama, stand to your femininity. If you want to free the nipple, then free the goddamn nipple, okay? And like everybody else, Ariel's issue was with Kane. Kane went live and was like, Ariel's this, Ariel's that. And Ariel is like, but I thought we was cool. Like, okay, so let's talk about it. And they couldn't because Kane didn't show the fuck up. So then Womack came in with absolutely nothing but his Louis Vuitton. No, that was an MCM backpack. It was a legit backpack, but we all know what was in it. Purse-like accessories. Okay. So he goes in, he on his Queen Latifah, and as soon as he sits down, he does the very thing to Kane that he did not want done to Kane in New Orleans right now. He sits right down and is like, child, I got the receipts right here. Kane said yada 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 yada. Kane said yada, and it's just like, but then you have in your confession, you like, my friend should be here right now because none of this will go down. No. I think it all will go down. Ain't nobody here scared of motherfucking Kane. Like, or you. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Yes, y'all have big personalities. Yes, Kane makes great TV. That's undeniable. But ain't nobody scared of you, bitch. And that goes for the Just Us League. Now, what was messy on production's part was throughout this entire scene of The Last Supper, we just see inserted clips of Kane's live where he just digging on people and then they kind of respond to it. Digging on people and I guess they was like, bitch, we gonna have a conversation one way or the other. So then Carrie, George, and Premier arrive, and they have a bottle. Carrie has a bottle. George brought chicken, and Premier brought Little Caesars. We only worth $5 to you, cause you in Texas, and I know how much them goddamn pizzas is in Texas. And we had got a $5 pizza when we went to California one time, also $5. So, and depending on where you got that chicken from, George, it too might have been $5 because, bitch, I know that Walmart got them little drumettes, good as fuck, for $5. Kroger got them too. You can also get a rotisserie chicken. They have them now in lemon pepper flavor. That wouldn't have been cute, because y'all need finger food. Y'all need finger food, yeah. So then Antonio arrives. I have grown to be okay with Antonio. And my disdain, or the disdain part that I have, has nothing to do with him, the person. It's just the shit that he does. I'm really sure he's a great time, and he is a key. But baby, when you get to talking in circles and you get to lying and shit, that irritates my being, okay? Because we all grown. You ain't got shit to prove. Even if you gonna get your ass whooped, bitch, you grown, so stand in it. If you said it, you said it. If you did it, you did it. If you feel it, you feel it. But when he shows up, Reese is pissed. Reese like, let me open this bottle now, because, bitch, I am not in the mood. So everybody like, okay, we need to goddamn eat. We not going to wait on Dior and Howard. No, ma'am. So let's say our grace. Premier says the grace so eloquently. Oh, yes, he does. And right when he says, in Jesus' name, Markel chimes in, and Lord, bless the bitch, I'm about to touch the one that said he was going to slap me, and goes, boom, and looks right at Antonio. Now, Antonio don't even know this, because Antonio is still, Nam your heart ain't get killed, like in the prayer. And then that's when he's like, okay, bitch, I'm talking to you. At that point, you see Carrie kind of push away from the table like, bitch, I want no parts of this. I don't want to be swung on, so let me just scoot back. So apparently, let me try to wrap my brain around it. Apparently, Howard was talking about Antonio to Markel. Markel then says, bitch, you talking about this hoe behind her back. Let me call her. I'm trying to defend you. Let me call her. And I guess that was perceived as messy on not only people around, but Antonio's end, and that in turn made him say, bitch, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you for being messy and bringing me into some shit. Because Antonio's explanation was, everybody talk about everybody, you didn't need to call me. And that's why he said he was gonna slap him, but you can kind of tell from the energy that Antonio was bringing. I don't know if it's just this situation or Antonio in general. Antonio is non-confrontational. That's not to say he's scary. Because, bitch, don't get it twisted. Most of the people that are very quiet and want to stay out of the way, like Carrie. Don't be fooled. Carrie might be the one to beat your motherfucking ass. Don't think that just because he positive and he quiet and he stand in the back and he ain't got much beef for nobody, that he can't get with your motherfucking ass. And the same may go for Antonio. Because, bitch, you showed up. That's bold as fuck. No, as a matter of fact, that's brave. Real brave. And I would sing it, but I think Monica can do such a better job. Go on, girl. That was flat as fuck. So then it becomes Reese versus Antonio, because while Antonio and Markel is, while Antonio and Markel is going at it, Reese chimes in, yes, bitch, you do talk to people here. You told me yada, yada, yada. You said you was gonna get the lawyers, yada, yada. And they going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And the whole time, you know, Carrie D is pushed to the back. Baby woman then grabbed out her phone, and that she, I don't know if she just put on her, because you know, Reese got multiple hats in this motherfucking thing. So I don't know if because there is an insinuation that him and Womack is together, Womack also has the multiple hats. Because, baby, he took off his talent hat and put on his no. Let's be real. We talking about Womack. He took off his talent hat piece and then put on his production hat piece. And, baby, he was in camera mode. Now, back to the matter at hand. I don't know, hallelujah, if Reese uppercutted Antonio with the liar accusations or by saying he was from cheap-ass Shreveport. I don't know which was which, but bitch, something got out of Antonio's skin. And Antonio said, bitch, you want to keep talking shit? Let me rise like hot butter cornbread, bitch, and let me spill the real tea. Did anybody else here get the email that I received 2 weeks ago? And Reese was like, and there we go. No, they didn't. So, bitch, go ahead and spill the tea so I can see what type of bitch you really are. And Antonio took the bait. Antonio sat his motherfucking ass down and said, he sent me an email saying that production was going to be halted because he was in financial crisis because, bitch, he was getting an eviction. And Reese said, bitch, the only reason, first of all, that's fake. And I only sent it to you. And the only reason why I sent it to you was because per Dior, which means that Dior told you, for people who are slow, Dior told Reese that Antonio was running back to he who will remain nameless. Because, bitch, I don't fuck with your cockeyed ass. You really have done nothing to me, but because you have irritated the ones I love, you're dead to me. Anyways, him. Antonio was running back to him and telling him all the Chase and Dallas tea. So Reese said, let me plant this fake seed to see if you gonna bring it to a harvest. And I'll be damned if Antonio didn't just spill the goddamn tea. And boom, Reese's point was proven. Then it was George's segment. First, George was clearing up his little 1-2 with Womack. Apparently, ain't nobody's side really clear, okay? From what we can gather, Womack invited Georgia to the hotel. George went to pee, came out horny, jumped on top. I guess the dick was still out. Jumped on top. First of all, Womack, you sit up here saying you don't like dick, but girl, like, Now, there are some men in the world, not like Womack, that don't want a dick in their ass. Don't want a dick in their mouth. They strict tops, don't play with my ass. I ain't really trying to play with your dick like that, but boom. I can clearly say that I'm a gay man. Those are like, really like the misogynistic, hetero, acting, trade type men. But you, Womack, are a natural woman. So, no ma'am. The fact that George, being a flamboyant top, which there is nothing wrong with, I'm growing to accept y'all, baby. I'm not going to say accept, because, girl, I hate when straight folks say, I accept. Girl, no. We don't need to be accepted. We need to be celebrated. I celebrate y'all now. It was just new for me, you know, because in my head, I have this traditional hetero formula in my head. I feel like the bottom should be feminine, the top should be masculine, but now I see the spectrum for what it is, and I see you, boo. But for George, Humpty Dumpty George, to come out and say you got your titties out, bitch, you are Queen Latifah. And then you contradicted yourself because you was like, well, maybe if you wasn't so inebriated, maybe we could have. But you just said you didn't like dick. And although George may be described as whatever you want to call it, he's a top. So he gonna be plugging you, bitch. But you just said you didn't like. I'm not walking. No. Fuck it. Then it was George and Markel. And apparently there was an ex that was in the picture that at the time Markel was with, but George tried to hit on. So Markel and George had an issue and they was going back and forth. I'm not going to even dig into that because now they have resolved the issue. So much so that they have a whole segment and YouTube channel, bitch. Cooking with... Good at cooking. And it's really good. It's really entertaining. It's fun. It's Markel, it's George, and sometimes Womack. It is great TV, y'all. Y'all need to watch it. Then Antonio apologizes to Premier. Then Ariel gets her turn. She tears up because basically outside of Kane, she had a great experience and she loves everybody and she really appreciates the love that she's been receiving, and it was a great moment, and she was such a class act. When she was tearing up and she was like getting beside herself, she got up and excused herself. That is such a fucking lady. Then Howard and Dior make peace with Womack. Howard apologizes and Dior basically reaches out and says, I don't know what went wrong. I appreciate what we used to have, and I kind of want that back. I miss my friend. And that was really cute. You know, like, I love to see things come full circle. That's what a finale is. I hated the way it ended. I'm not going to even talk about the whole fight because we all saw it. But my whole thing is there's something much, much, much deeper there. And I feel like hopefully we get some clarity at the reunion. My good friend and one of the founding members of the Just Us League, Yes Bitch TV, interviewed Antonio for the umpteenth time, and Reese chimed in and was able to, you know, plug in, and I shouldn't say plug when I was just saying plug meant something else. He chimed in and basically was a part of the interview, and they had an opportunity to, I guess, get both of their sides out because Reese wasn't really talking to Antonio. Antonio was kind of trying to, baby. Now, the last time Antonio was interviewed by the Justice League, and Yes Bitch in particular, he hit the mannequin challenge when we said we wanted to bring Reese on because he wasn't with it. But this time, I really believe there might have been some technical difficulties because I have the type of internet too to where I'm downloading or uploading something. I can't really do StreamYard like that. It will be choppy. And baby sister was not trying to stop her download. So until that shit downloaded, she was going to be a choppy ass motherfucking mess. And that's what it was. But go and watch the interview. A lot of tea was spilled. And, you know, there may be some clarity. I think they held back a little bit. Rightfully so. Because we need to be able to tune into the reunion and get something we didn't get before. So, yeah, that was that. And, yeah, this finale was given what it was given. I really enjoyed this season. production-wise, audio-wise, it was a lot, baby, it was the polar opposite of season 1. Storyline-wise, it was better, but the same. And what I mean by that is it was so much going on and so many holes in the stories that, you know, you guys were trying to keep out because it was getting personal, that somewhere along the lines, a couple of times, I in particular lost my way and was like, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm lost. And that was basically me the entire first season. Like, the whole situation that went down between Reese and Charles, I'm still lost on. And I've seen that season twice. And I'm still lost. Still. But yeah, and oh, shout out to Quentin C. Harris. He's the producer and I think also starring in a new spinoff, Chasing LA. Then you have Wuda Lee starring in his own spinoff, Wuda and Zell. Like, baby, the Chasing Reality brand is churning out these shows, these wonderful productions, and I'm here for it. You guys, make sure you are liking, commenting, subscribing, and that your notifications are on. Same place, same time.